There is one piece of dating advice I can give to you. It is steer clear from Mr. Pen Pal, aka the guy that never asks you out but just wants to chat. For what reason? Because honestly, babe, if he hasn't asked you out within the first week of you chatting, he's probably not going to. I suggest you go buy him a journal and tell him to piss off.
Here's one of the clearest green flags in a relationship. Someone who respects your boundaries without arguing. When boundaries are respected, your brain registers autonomy and safety at the same time. Healthy boundaries calm the nervous system for both people in the relationship, making it stronger and happier.
I just saw a TikTok where a girl said a guy won't approach a girl if she's really beautiful. If she's really attracted to them, a guy will be intimidated and he will not approach you. But a guy will also not approach you if he's not attracted to you. Actually, a guy won't approach you, period, in this generation because it's princess treatment. The guys want to be pursued. The guys want to be approached. The guys want you to text them. The guys want you to make the first move.
Men are no longer desperate for women. They're focusing on their peace, their purpose, their money. And some women are losing their mind because the attention is disappearing. The game has changed. Comment if this speaks to you. Share to remind someone. Follow Claudia Funeral Truth. For more truth, people are afraid to say.
These modern women think that a man is supposed to want what she wants. I say the plan, I announce it, you're supposed to want it too, right? If your vision is different from mine, then you must not really even like me. You gotta be exactly like.
True or false, marry a man who surrounds himself with marriage-minded friends.
100% true.
If you wouldn't want your son to be just like him, dump him.
Absolutely.
Get your education before getting married.
Yes.
Do not ignore a single red flag.
Absolutely, 100%. One red flag is too many.
Being married and lonely is 10,000 times worse than being single and lonely.
Absolutely.
Ever wonder what a female-led relationship is? Is it just her calling the shots, or is there more to it? Why do these marriages often outlast others? The woman takes the lead on key decisions like finances, household chores, big life plans, with the full agreement of her partner. It's about trust, communication, and playing on each other's strengths. Research from the Journal of Family Issues shows that clear role agreements in marriages boost satisfaction because it reduces conflict. Female-led marriages work because they're about mutual respect, not competition. That's the secret to their long-lasting power. Want to explore something like this? Have a conversation with your partner about who you'd like to lead in what area. Talk about date nights or finances and be honest about what feels right. Watch the full video at my YouTube channel at Healer.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
I have to approach her. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi. Hello. I'm here for you.
I'm sorry?
I'm here for you.
Yes?
Yeah, I was waiting like for a minute more so you get out. I can quickly talk to you. You gave me like a vibe of a nice snowflake, but you want to tell me something, right?
Sorry, I have a boyfriend.
It's so sad. And just take it as a compliment, okay?
Thank you.
And you sit up here and listen to these modern women talk about how they can't find a good man. Up to a singles event, can't seem to find a man. He is, it's just a figment of my imagination. It's like Sasquatch. It's like Bigfoot. He doesn't exist. There are sightings, but the Loch Ness Monster. That's exactly what he is. I cannot find him. But then y'all go out here and disrespect the man, talk trash about the man, and then y'all get confused. Well, he not showing up to singles event. He's not showing up to singles event. I can't really find a man to talk to me in the gym. Man, I go to the church, man. I go to the grocery store. I'm up here at the gas station at 6 a.m. creeping on men. I'm at Home Depot peeking around the corner creeping on men. Can't find anybody. It's not a mystery. It's just that you run your mouth too much. And now, men.
When you set your standards or you set your boundaries, people are going to say, oh, you think you're all that. I am. And I don't care. I am. And I don't need you to make me feel like I am. I'm going to set this standard, and I'm going to live by this standard. And I'm not going to let anybody come into my life, not even be a business partner, not be a marriage partner, not be a girlfriend, boyfriend, and pull me down to where you are.
Here's what most people aren't talking about. High-value, relationship-ready men are quietly stepping away from dating apps, not because they can't get matches, but because they're tired of the lack of depth, intention, and follow-through. They're not looking for more options, they're looking for better ones. That's exactly why curated environments matter. That's what we do at Matchmaking Collective. Call us today and we'll give you more information. Date wisely. I'm Marnie from Matchmaking Collective.
If you never make a move and never flirt, you stay invisible to the people that you like. Here's how to stand out without crossing that line. Pay them an authentic compliment. I just want to say I really enjoy how positive you always are. Invite them with small steps. I'm just going to go grab a coffee if you want to join. Remember, when you try to mask your attraction as something else, maybe we could hang out and practice that dance routine sometime. That's kind of what comes across as creepy. When you can own your attraction and send an invitation to the other person to join in with you, that's cool and that's confident.
Modern women have this thing to where they're expecting you to do it like they want you to do it, exactly how they want you to do it. It's almost like a performance review. You know what I mean? A performance review. So, and I understand, you know, you have to talk to people and communicate with them. I get it. I understand it. I'm all for it. But modern women, the way they be treating you, it's almost like they think that they're your supervisor. Like they own you. Like you're the employee, they're the boss. That's the way they treat you. Like you don't know anything, you don't know what you're doing, anything that might be coming out of your mouth hasn't been well thought out, hasn't been planned out. You're an idiot, you're a psychopath, you're aloof, you're obtuse, all of that.
How tall are you? 6'5". 6'5" in sneakers. In sneakers, heels, probably like 6'8" on average. I'm in heels right now and I'm still shorter than you, right? This is a tall queen if I've ever seen. Yes. How is dating for you? It's definitely different. All men obviously usually play sports. Right. They usually have a little bit of an ego, yes, which is totally okay. But at the same time, like, I'm just trying to get to know you. Right. And so it can be challenging. I would say, like, the intimidation factor also, it becomes like, sometimes it feels like competition. Yeah. And we're not trying to compete. Right. Like, we just want to be loved. We just want to love you. Like, that is literally it.
If your man ever says that 2 incomes are better than 1, he's right. Now go help him apply for a second job.
Do you even like the guy if you want him to have 2 jobs while you work, what, how many? 0? Or one where you're just moving all the money to yourself? Don't you want to spend time with him? Don't you want to see him? No? This is why a lot of men have stopped dating. They don't want to put up with this anymore. Because all they are to women is a walking wallet. And it's frustrating. I feel so bad for men having to deal with stuff like this.
There has to be boundaries in relationships when it comes to communication and how we're going to resolve stuff. It just can't be a free-for-all. My wife 25 years ago, because the first 5 years for us were hard. Boundary. You cannot talk to me in that tone. Boundary. I will no longer tolerate you shutting down on me for 3 days. Boundary. I will no longer tolerate you fighting me the way you're fighting me. Boundary. If it means that we have to separate, if it means that we got to call a timeout on this relationship so that we can establish healthy boundaries, so be it. Because if there are no boundaries, there can be no accountability.
And a lot of these modern women, they'll sit up here and watch a man do the things that he's supposed to be doing, act like he's supposed to be acting, and take it for granted. Fumble him, straight up. Just fumbled. They try to make it seem like he's the problem. He's the one doing things that he, you know, oh, well, he did this or he was this, this, and this. No, you're the problem. You have the issue, and it's time for you to start taking accountability for you fumbling a good man. Plain and simple, man. I did this. I talked to him this way. I was acting silly, I had a bad attitude. I wouldn't dress appropriately. I was posting pictures I probably shouldn't have posted. And he got tired of it. He told me this multiple times. He reasoned with me. He sat down and explained things to me. And yet and still continue to do what I wanted to do. And so he left. We couldn't come to agreement, which really means I couldn't stop doing silly stuff.
My husband doesn't buy me flowers anymore. My boyfriend isn't taking me on nice dates. I wish my man did half the things that your man did for you. If this is a conversation that you are having with friends, which I've had plenty of these conversations, people coming to me saying these things, then listen up. And know this conversation has nothing to do with how to get your man to do these things. I need you to do me a favor and draw a circle around yourself and work on everything inside of that circle. Is your man in that circle? No, just you. When was the last time that you did something nice for him? When was the last time you cooked him his favorite meal or baked him his favorite treats, wrote him a sweet little note, picked up something at the store that you thought that he would like? When was the last time that you inconvenienced yourself for him? Him buying you flowers, cooking you dinner, taking you on a nice date, those are all him inconveniencing himself for you. Have you even shown your gratitude to him? Have you ever been, said thank you or been appreciative of the things that he's done for you? The best piece of advice that I ever received was to outdo your spouse or significant other in love. It's easy for us women to think that we should constantly be pursued, but once you are in a partnership, it is a two-way street.
Men underestimate finding a good woman and they think that they're everywhere and they're really not. If you are dating a girl that has all of these traits, you need to listen up. If you are dating a girl who is super hot, has an amazing personality, if she's funny and has a great sense of humor, if she has a big heart and is very giving, if she takes interest in your life, if she pays attention to little things that you enjoy, if she asks how your day is, you better put a ring on her finger and marry her today because, sir, you're about to be balding soon. You're about to be relying on a blue pill. You better wife her up now.
I think it's funny because modern women, they want a man to lead, but then they don't want him to lead. Like they want him to provide, but don't be the sole provider. You know what I mean? Like it gets real confusing because you're never really ever sure exactly what they want. And so if men have to continue to try to guess what you want, how is that appealing? You could be out here giving somebody your money and they'd be like, so what is it that you actually want? I would love to do business with you, but what is it that you're actually looking for? And I think that's what most men struggle with. They don't actually know what a woman wants. These modern women. It used to be that you can get a read on what they're looking for, but nowadays it's a little bit more difficult.
The amount of comments that I get from men asking where do they find a woman like me? You don't find a woman like me. You become the kind of man that creates a space for her to flourish. I'm the woman I am today because of the man I married. He never talks down to me. He never disrespects me and never expects me to do the things I do for him. He notices, he appreciates, and he pours back into me in his own ways. He's encouraged me to chase my dreams and protected my heart, mind, and soul, even when my soul needs Target runs and Starbucks. From our very first date, we have shared the same vision, a strong family with me at home raising our children, and he made that dream possible. He knows his words can either water me and make me grow or shrink me. He reads me better than I read myself. He values me, cherishes me, and constantly pours into my cup. Because real love doesn't hold you back. It calls you higher. And that's why I will never stop choosing him over and over again.
I think we have to start realizing that, when we talk about dating events and singles mixers and stuff like that, and men ain't showing up, maybe that's a sign. If you promote, and all of the women show up, but all of the men decide not to, for whatever reason, why is nobody stepping back to ask, now why aren't the men coming? Why aren't the men here? Man, We tried to do pickleball, they didn't come. We tried to do basketball, they didn't come. They'll come for football though. Looks like they didn't come for football. Maybe we need to start reaching out and asking, why aren't you guys coming? I mean, we had a night where we watched a football game and we had wings. We did the fight night. We did baseball. I mean, why are you guys not coming out? We're trying to do things that cater to you. And they'll tell you. And whenever they tell you, listen. Matter of fact, you don't even have to ask. You can just go in a comment section and see what men are upset about and what they're worried about, what they're concerned about. But do you think that people listen to men and what they be talking about? No.
Some women think that's the way a man can show you he with you. And I just always think the way a man can show you he like you is like by liking you. But you know what I'm saying? By like calling you when you don't expect, or like treating you nice, or really being locked in on your interest, or like giving you good advice, or whatever, like or finding you inspiration, or you feel me, like all that other stuff is, and that's what the dating pool is these days. A lot of the time, I'm not generalizing.
I saw a survey that said 45% of the men, 18 to 25, has never asked a woman out on a date.
18 to 25 and 25%. 45, and that's got to be like
in person.
Cause you got, but I always was thinking about this, like since COVID, like, bruh, imagine if we was like in that age group around 2020, like formative years, like like you got 2020, that was doomed. 2021 was 2022 was kind of coming back.
You tried to break it,
Yes.
Maybe that's the thing to say. Which is what we have to find out. We have to find out these code words. Like Greg, I would say dinner's ready, and he wouldn't come. And then it would get cold. Well, I didn't find out till like 15 years of marriage that he didn't care if the food got cold. He just never wanted to wait for it. He wanted the food to wait for him. Which of course he hadn't told me before because he thought it was obvious. And you don't want to waste any energy stating the obvious, which women don't know about men. So I changed it. Dinner's on the table. Oh. Bam. Then I went the extra, because, I was a great wife. We'd have a date, and I'd arrive at the restaurant early, and they're like, yes, my husband's going to join me. Okay, I'll be back. No, I want to order. Well, we're ordering. No, I'd like to order now. He doesn't care if it's hot. He cares if it's sitting there when he gets you. Are you letting me order? So some of them just don't let me order. They just don't believe me. Yeah. But then Greg arrives and dinner's on the table at the restaurant. You know how many points I got for that? Yeah. I got so many Greg wife points. Yeah. But if you listen to these slight things, right? Dinner's ready. Dinner's hot. Play with it, and you'll find out what connects it, which is most of what we got to do is find out what are the words that connect. And one of the things that men don't know about women, there's meanwhile, there's what happens if he gives a deadline, and yet still men are more forgiving of women being different than men being different.
I can see that.
Yeah, you don't know what the good reason is, but if that's what comes with all of what's amazing about her, okay, we'll do.
And I think another thing that, kind of confuses men is that a lot of these modern women have a whole checklist of the things that they need you to do. They have a whole checklist of the things that they want you to do. And then when you meet those things, or you're pretty well through that list, like you're checking maybe not every box because nobody's perfect, but a good majority of the boxes, she'll say something like, well, I mean, sometimes she don't even say anything. She just acts disappointed, like, okay, is that it? What else do you have? Like, I expect more out of my man. You know what I mean? And then when he asks, she's like, oh yeah, you're doing great, but I know my friends would do, or my dad would do, or my grandpa, or I've heard stories and tales of my great-great-grandpa, who I never even knew, doing this for my great-great-great-grandmother. So I need you to treat me like that. That's a myth. He never did that. If you go back to her and you ask her what actually you can't ask her because she passed away. Your mother's lying to you. That's a myth.
Truly masculine men, when a woman is hurting or in pain, men gravitate to that woman. I don't care how old she is. She can be an older woman, whatever. They gravitate. They're pulled to vulnerability. But here's the problem. Decades ago, the world changed. It used to be very clear roles. These guys did this, these women did that. It worked a certain way. You risked your life. And in the beginning, by the way, who was dominant in control, who had the most power was female. And I'll prove it to you. How many of you men out there, when you were in junior high school or high school, there was a girl you absolutely were adored, wanted to be with, wanted to connect with, and you felt you weren't enough because you knew she was going to be dating a what guy? Older or younger? Quick.
Older.
Which one?
Older.
And what did he have that you didn't have? What was it?
Car.
That's right. A car, resources, money. If you were genetic duplicates in the culture, she's the prettiest, you're the most handsome, she had the power. You still paid. You still had to walk across and ask. You had to take all the risk. You had to do everything. And it was very likely that a man with more resources, older, more resources, you had no chance against. And every man knows that.
Let me tell you something. You modern women got a man showing up for you for years. Doing your bidding, fighting off these other men that be dogging you out, simping for you. Ungrateful. Pretty much buy you anything that you want, as long as he can afford it. And it ain't gonna put him out. That ain't the man that you want. Show up for you, be on the phone with you, gotta go to work early in the morning, gotta get up and go to the gym. Need to be grocery shopping. On the phone with you. Had a business meeting, because some of these men are missing business opportunities. And you might sit up here and say, oh man, he an idiot for that. Maybe so. Maybe so. But he's trying to invest in you. And this is what men are trying not to do. I see I have this opportunity, but I'm trying to give you my time. And when y'all continue to waste a man's time, he says, you know what? I'm not missing no more opportunity. Well, you shouldn't in the first place. Exactly. But I did it because I thought you was going to be a good investment. And now that I know for sure, with 100% certainty, that you as a modern woman are not going to be a good investment, I'm going to be taking the business meeting every single. You know, you have a lot of men out here choosing peace. Really, honestly and truly. It doesn't matter if a man is in a relationship or a man is, currently pursuing a relationship or a man doesn't have a relationship at all. It doesn't matter, right? Men have come to the point to where, I'm tired. I'm frustrated. There's no reason for me to continue feeling like this every day. I should not have to come home from work. And it's gotten to the point to where it's not even me coming home from work. I could be at work. And even it's gone beyond me being at work. I start my day with foolishness. You help me to start my day with foolishness. Men are tired of that. I start my day with foolishness. From the night before, you had something silly going on. I get up in the morning, you still have foolishness going on. I'm at work in the middle of the day, you still got foolishness going on. At the end of the day, I come home when I should be eating dinner, watching the game, still got foolishness going on. All points and parts during the day, you've got foolishness going on. Why in the world would I want to be around them? Y'all don't care about it because you like keeping up mess. You like drama. You like to be the center of attention. Modern women, I'll take drama. I'll take this attention, this validation, however I can get it. But men are not that way. A lot of men are not that way. They don't like that type of stuff. But you're going to keep on doing that, and you're going to wonder why a man is like, you know what? I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to be a part of this nonsense. I'm just going to stay single. I'm not going to be part of this. I don't have to do this. You're wondering why. You're going to be asking where the men are. Staying far away from fools.
Too many men lose a good woman because they stupidly choose to feed their ego with other women's attention instead of valuing and appreciating the love and loyalty of their own woman who ignores every other man for them.
I always tell people I'm not a nice guy, I'm a good guy. There's a difference. If a little old lady is walking down the street and some guy grabs a pocketbook and you grab the guy and break his nose, break his arm, you're not a nice guy, but you're a good guy. You know what I mean? In life, it's all right to say no. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in this to be nice. I'm in it to be good.
If a man stops arguing, pay close attention. If a man stops arguing or stops trying to explain his side of the story, make no mistake, that is not submission. That is not him finally agreeing with you. Is a man who has decided you are no longer worth the energy of a conflict. He didn't start out cold. He used to be the one trying to fix every crack in the foundation. He communicated until he was shattered. He bought the lie that if he just explained it clearly enough, eventually he would be understood. But he learned.
Listen, dating someone who's been single for a long time isn't hard because she's complicated. It's hard because she already learned how to be at peace alone. She figured things out without depending on anyone. And she stopped accepting just anything. She'd rather be alone than settle. So when someone like that opens the door for you, you're not walking in to complete her life. You're walking in to prove that your presence is worth more than the piece she already built by herself.
I have a bone to pick with the men. Why are we not asking women out on dates anymore? Why do I shoot my shot more than any of these guys? Do you know how good of a chance you would have walking up to a girl, telling her she's beautiful, asking her if she's single, asking her out on a date? Why do I feel like I have bigger balls than half these men? Like, I shoot my shot with no problem. If you don't like me, you don't like me. Shoot your shot, man. Shoot your shot. When did we stop doing this and why?
Dear all women, I speak for all men when I say loudly and proudly that I believe that y'all are capable of being more than escorts. I think that y'all are capable of being held accountable and taking responsibility for your actions. And I believe that you are capable of not whittling down your husband over the long term and softening him down into a ball of goo that you eventually cheat on with your personal trainer. I believe that you ladies are capable of anything that you put your mind to. It's up to you.
One of the biggest red flags when you're dating like an older man is if he's still single at 29, 30 plus, that is a red flag. Like, there is something wrong.
He's just like not ready. And it's like, why have you not been ready? Because you're pushing 30 and like,
it's either you're not ready and don't want to settle down, or there's something bad going on. Something weird's happening with you.
Yeah.
And that's a red flag to girls trying to date you.
But some people think it's like not a red flag because they're like, oh, like he's mature and he's like ready, which could be true.
No, I'm like, a girl would have swooped you up at this point.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know.
Ladies, if your goal is to get married, then do not spend more than 1 year on a guy. Okay, many studies have shown that a guy knows if he wants to marry you within the first 6 months. What this means is by the end of the first year, he should have taken you to meet his mama. By the end of the second year, he should have proposed already. And yes, he might tell you that he wants to get married someday, but not to you. And if you're pushing marriage and he's hesitant, he probably thinks he can do better than you. And he probably will. After you're 5 to 10 years in, he's going to meet someone younger and prettier and leave you. You're going to be devastated. You're going to go into a depression because for years you sacrificed your needs, your time, and your fertility on a guy who was never going to marry you in the first place. Spending more time with him will not change his perception about you. So get smart. Don't be stupid.
Where are all the good guys? Where are they?
They're waiting to be made good by a woman. They're not good at present. They need to have the good brought out of them by a great woman.
I don't want to fix a man.
I think a man in his heart is waiting for the right woman to make him good.
Oh my God.
And you can make an average bloke into a great man by loving him.
But that means the work is on us to fix.
It's not really work. I think if you love a man, they will love you back, and they will start to forget about all the nonsense in life, and they will be made to focus on the right things because they have someone that they love that makes everything else less important.
I might be wrong, but I've noticed lately that a lot of guys don't know the difference between equality and chivalry. Like, if you want equality, you shouldn't expect chivalry. Since when did these two become mutually exclusive of each other?
Yes, chivalry and equality are mutually exclusive because an act of chivalry is something a traditional man does for a traditional woman by all means. You can't have all of that strong independent women wala mindset and then demand for conservative gender roles. That's hypocritical. Just like you can't demand for traditional values and liberal values according to your situational benefits. Also, the act of chivalry is something men automatically do for the women they admire. So if you find yourself asking for it or demanding for it, you are certainly not worth it. So take the hint and start evaluating yourself. You know, I think you should replace the letter R with the letter P in your surname to perfectly describe your opinions and thoughts. Just a suggestion.
I really wish women would stop getting married. And there's always a conversation that's being had around like SW and how like SW sets women back and how it feeds into the patriarchy. And just because a woman chooses to participate in it doesn't mean that it's not still harmful and doesn't mean that it's empowering. And that's a whole...
Long story short, she's engaged now, right? And to a man. Who's surprised? Not me. Any of these women that come online to tell you you shouldn't get married and all men are terrible and we should hate all men and we can normalize not dating men and blah, blah, blah. They are just miserable, bitter that can't get the man that they want to act right. And as soon as they find one who is willing to act right and do the things that they say, they're gone. Like, think about it. All the girls that tell you to hate all men have men. Think of Drew. She has, what, a fiance, if not a husband? The wizard Liz or whatever she had a fiance or had, and now just has a baby daddy, unfortunately. And then this one, they're all the exact same. Anyone that is telling you to hate the gender you're attracted to is just a bitter person.
And I'm really starting to think that these women are unemployed or homeless because every other video clip, podcast, it's like, oh, how much he got? My man gotta make 6 figures. My man needs to drive this kind of car. He needs to pay for my bills. He needs to pay for this. How much money? Money. And it's like, well, what you got? Because it seems like you don't have any money of your own, which is why you going so hard for his money in his wallet that he worked hard for. That's always confusing to me. Like, what y'all got going on? I'm not saying you need to date a man that don't got any money at all, but it's also like, I love the fact that I have my own and I come to the table. I'm not begging. I'm not asking for my bills to be paid, rent to be paid. If you want to, and you got it like that, I'm not gonna say no, but I'm not out here begging. Y'all be begging. It's starting to get that y'all don't have no job, no savings account, no home. Like, what's going on?
Nothing is more mortifying than the fact that I just went to the grocery store and I walked by like 2 cute guys, and both of them, I tried to do the thing where I like looked them in the eyes and I'm like looking them up and down and smiling, like, I don't know. And both of them looked like they just saw a freaking ghost and walked even faster. Like, this is why I'm involuntarily celibate.
I mean, listen, if you were looking at me with your eyeball they're coming out of your socket, googly-eyed, yeah, I would probably disappear on you too, right? I would probably walk away from you, throw a smoke bomb, and poof, alakazam, I'm out of there. right? Because honestly, I mean, it's kind of weird just standing there with your eyeballs coming out of your socket and you're not saying anything. Why not introduce yourself? Why not come up to the guy, say, hey, nice to meet you. My name's so-and-so. Strike up a conversation. It's just crazy. A lot of these modern women have no game whatsoever. I mean, the jokes put aside, maybe he's not interested. Maybe he's in a relationship. Maybe he's married. Maybe he saw you and said, yeah, I'm good. I mean, getting rejected is not gender specific.
Sis, I want to share 3 things that you have been told about submission that is an absolute lie. So listen up. Number 1, that submitting to your husband makes you weak. Submission doesn't make you weak. In actuality, God told us as wives to submit to our husbands in everything. So when you are submitting to your husband, you're actually showing your strength in God and your trust in what God tells you to do. And there's nothing weak about that. Number 2, that submission makes you a doormat, or men will treat you like a doormat because you submitted to him. But in all actuality, when you submit to your husband, it makes him more attracted to you and makes him trust you more. Why? Because he realizes that you want to do things God's way, and it softens his heart towards you, and you will see dramatic results when you submit to him. Number 3, when you submit to your husband, what you're saying that you're not equal to him. You are absolutely equal to your husband as a human and in God's love, but submission just shows that you honor God's order, and God gave your husband the authority as the head of the home. Remember that. You can do this. We got this together, and carry on. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget about my free webinar that's coming up soon, 5 things that make you wife material. The link is in my bio, and the flyer is coming up after this. See you at the webinar.
What is the smartest decision you've ever made, Clark?
Ooh, I think the smartest decision I've ever made was probably coming to New York for school. Honestly, I think I learned so much. I met so many amazing people, my best friends I met living here. I've been able to date so many different types of people, learn more about other cultures, and learn more about myself. And yeah, I think a lot of the opportunities I have now are a result of coming here. And so, yeah, that was probably my best decision, was moving.
And I want to be treated like an equal in the house too. Like if you're, I don't want you to pay the rent and then I feel like I have to do all the chores or whatever that trade-off is.
Because people even are like, I would never do 50-50 with someone, and I'm like, that conversation is a whole other thing. But I'm like, I don't think there's anything wrong with building a life with like your partner. And if that means you're going 50-50 on this or 50-50 on the chores, whatever it is. I mean, the percentage thing is so ridiculous because it always ends up being, you know, just variable. But yeah, so no, I agree. I think if you marry solely for money, you don't marry for the person seeing you as an equal and like really respecting you and your wishes, you will pay for it forever.
I agree. Okay, hookup culture. You have a take.
I do.
So as a millennial, everyone in this room is probably millennial and laughing because we all grew up with hookup culture. Like it was actually kind of, it was weird to have a boyfriend or girlfriend.
50% of men aged 18 to 30 haven't approached a woman in the last year.
And the men that have approached are doing remarkably well. More than half have gotten a date from it. And it goes down if you look to like long-term relationships, how many dates turn into a long-term relationship. But the men who are approaching, they're doing pretty well, actually.
Of that 50% of them did get a date.
Might have even been about 70%. At least got a date or a phone number or some kind of romantic connection there. People that approach women, they're getting dates from it.
Given the fact that this is an exclusively agentic decision that you're making, if you have a little bit more confidence in yourself, it's going to make making the decision more easy. But ultimately, there's a huge chunk of people in that 50% that are doing it that probably are just as unsure and just as terrified and just as uncertain as you are. So yeah, I mean, that's a serious white pill for why you should approach women.
I don't know what possibly could be a better ad for just do it.
Just do it!
Ask the girl out! Buy her dinner! Hold the door open for her! What's the worst that could happen? She says no. Half of all the men aged 18 to 30 haven't approached a woman in the last year. Obviously, I think there are a lot of reasons for that, which we can decode separately, but you have everything to gain from asking a woman out on a date. Part of the reason I am marrying my now fiance is because he didn't even ask me on a date. He told me, hey, we're going on a date. Okay? And I said, great.
If a man can't spend $75 or $100 on a first date, he just shouldn't be dating.
A person shouldn't feel entitled to have a gentleman spend a certain amount of money on them just to prove that they're interested. But I'm sure there's more to this.
If a man wants to take you on a walk or go for coffee on the first date, say no thanks and move on.
And listening to this type of advice, it's a good way to be saying in a few years, where are all those good men at?
You're a woman and you're not yet 20 or you're in your early 20s right now, you are setting the dating standard.
And it's setting a standard that says that a lot of the women out there that listen to this type of advice are only after a man's money.
Do you think the guy that spends $4 on you for the first date for a coffee or for a cookie is going to be an overflowing fountain of effort and enthusiasm for you moving forward?
And who's to say he won't? Actually, it says a lot more about a guy that is careful with his money rather than someone who just flings it around hoping to impress someone. But what do I know?
And what do women commonly do to get ready for a first date?
Oh, and here comes that argument again.
New outfit, nails done, hair done, maybe buy some new makeup or perfume or jewelry.
So what that's saying is, I guess some women really only do that for the men and not for themselves, as many would like to have us believe.
Jesse, it's not about the money. On the first few dates it is. On every date moving forward it is.
And there we have it. I guess really nothing more need be said here.
Where are all the good men at? That's what we keep getting asked after this morning's video. And the truth you're not going to like, because the truth is they're nowhere. You'll never find them if you ask that question, and more importantly, ask it from that energy. The truth is all of us have experienced pain. It's part of life. And yes, women have experienced enormous amount of pain at the hands of men. And yet the real question you have to ask yourself is, what are you going to do with that pain? Because some of the pain you're carrying, it isn't even yours. It's pain your mother imparted into you. It's pain that your grandmother experienced. It's pain from the lineage of the feminine in your ancestors. And when we carry that pain without releasing it or healing it, we attract from that pain, because our thoughts, feelings, emotions, and words create our life. You're the creator of your life. You are the God of your life. And so when you say, where are all the good men at? What you're really saying is, I don't believe they're out there. And you're only saying that because you're holding on to that pain. My question to you is, who do you have to forgive? As much as you don't want to. What pain do you have to let go of? And could it be possible that when you start to see that there's wonderful, beautiful, incredible men out there, when you start to allow that as your new truth, could it be that's the very thing that brings you the man you're actually looking for?
It's festive sweater day at work. How cute. But anyways, Cardi B just posted a video saying that she knows a guy, rich guy, and she said he told her that men would rather deal with a 7 or 8 look-wise as compared to a 10, because a 7 or 8 would essentially put up with his BS versus a girl that's a 10 and, you know, will get picked quickly. Like, oh, he doing stuff I don't like, I'm gonna drop him. I can get another man easily because I'm a 10. Now, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that statement based off of looks, but I do think that some men, not all, some men do pry or purposely pick women with lower self-esteem, lower self-worth, women who don't have as much going for themselves because they will be easier to manipulate. So looks can be a factor, but I do think that they choose women based off of how easily they can manipulate them. I do believe that for sure. And Cardi B said, she said, a man played with me, he on chill the next day. He do some BS, I'm not answering the phone. And I'm the same way. Listen, I'm not proud of it, but I blocked a man one time because he was taking too long at the gym. But you know what? We're all a work of progress, and I'm growing. That was the old me. I'm different now. And before y'all go in the comments say I'm crazy, he went to the gym, and then I never heard from him ever again for the rest of the night. I don't know what kind of gym he was at. Don't play with me.
Women nowadays will literally be like, I can't find any good men. There are no good men left. And then they'll be like, I just need 6 feet, about like 6 inches, and like 6 figures.
Even if this video was just meant for fun, it's still another case of men acting like women have impossible standards so that they feel better about themselves when they don't meet them. And it bothers me because these guys are acting like women are looking down on men who they would consider less than perfect. But have you ever heard a woman talk about a bum who she's in love with? Because she'll make every excuse in the world for why that man is incredible and just misunderstood. So let's say, for example, that a man has no job. She's not going to let you sit there and call him unemployed. No, she's going to tell you how it's probably because no one ever encouraged him and that he's going to be able to do anything he sets his mind to once she just believes in him. You're acting like women will only date men who make 6 figures, but I know women who are working 2 jobs with full insurance and a 401k who are dating men with 60 cents in their bank account because she thinks he has potential. I don't know how you can act like women will only settle for rich men anyways when most families are living paycheck to paycheck and can't survive on one income, because I think that means they married for love. And don't even get me started on what's between the legs, because there are women in 30-year marriages who have never successfully had a no, and you're going to act like women are out here throwing the whole man away because of his size? Because I don't think so. In fact, there are women out here faking O's so that the men in their lives don't feel inadequate, and yet you're going to act like we're out here bringing measuring tapes to our coffee dates? And sure, when it comes to height, maybe some women do have a preference for men who can reach the top shelf or the cookie jar, but that's all subject to change. If he's a good man with good qualities, then she may just fall in love and try to convert the whole world talking about how we love a short king. Listen, the truth is that even you don't believe this nonsense, because if you really believed that women had impossible standards, then you wouldn't be telling them to pick better men at every opportunity. So when I see videos like this, I realize that they're usually not mad about what women want. They're just mad that women don't want them.
And a lot of these modern women, after they get tired of being strong and independent, they want to get mad at a man because he don't step in and he don't drag her by her neck to do the things that she once didn't want to do. I'm sorry. You told me that you didn't want that to happen. Well, stay out of my way. I ain't never gonna let a man tell me what to do. But now that you're tired of carrying a load, you just want that man. See, what they think men are doing is they think that think about it like the NFL, right? Where very few people get a chance. And so if one go, like you just got one waiting for that man to go down. I'm just waiting for my chance. That man don't even got to go down. Just switch me in. Just give me a chance. You go out there, you get burnt. Coach sit you down. Okay, coach, I'm ready to go. I'm really ready. Not even the next game. You ready to go in the next drive. After you got burnt. Coach, that was my first time in. Put me back out there again. They think that men are that desperate to date them. That's why they think, oh man, I can always get a man like that. No. How many times, let me say this, how many times do you see an all-star? Because that's what y'all are looking for. How many times do y'all see an all-star begging to get back out there? Nope. He's not going to do it. He will go to another team. Because I have that cachet. I can do that. Oh, you don't want to play me? Oh, you want to sit me down? You don't have but a hand, and you might call it a diva, and I can't argue with you. But you ain't got but a handful of times to do that. In the middle of the season, I'm requesting a trade. Kevin Durant requested a trade. Hey, all-star athlete requested a trade, and it's gonna be granted. It's gonna be granted. So y'all thinking that y'all gonna have this bench of all-stars that when one go down, the next one up.